Heading north from Noosa, it's not long before you find yourself surrounded by cane fields. The sugarcane industry is the lifeblood for this part of Queensland, and after the floods, the local farmers have been doing it tough. But they continue to toil away, working their land hopeful of a good crush this year. Sugar production has been part of Queensland's rural tapestry for over 100 years. It underpins the economic stability of many country townships and was the catalyst for the development of countless communities. Here in Bundaberg, you could argue that this city has been defined by two things: cane and Bundy rum. Most people don't realise that Bundaberg was the first place to be hit by the floods. And as the whole region is relying upon agriculture and tourism, this has had a massive impact on the livelihoods of almost everyone in the area. But one place that has done its best to help keep Bundy thriving is the iconic Bundaberg Rum Distillery.
Well, it'd be un-Australian, wouldn't it? Not to come to Bundy and check out where Bundy rum's made. Might even see the Bundy Bear. Let's have a look.
At the Bundaberg Rum Store, you can get up close and personal with the rum making process. It's a place where tourists flock to see why it is that this drink is such a legend. The interactive tour is where it all starts. It takes you through the history of Bundy rum and gives you an education of how this tasty beverage is made. It's really fascinating and gives you an appreciation for the complex and time-consuming process involved. Then it's out to see the working parts of the facility. Outside you can smell the sweet fragrance of the sugar and molasses, and the sounds of the machinery lets you know that this really is a working refinery.
You know, this is where the molasses comes out of the sugarcane and is really about the Bundaberg region. A lot of hard work's gone into giving us this. Our farmers here in the sugarcane, you know, did you drive through the region today?
Yeah, we did, yeah. Stacks of cane, yeah.
It's great, isn't it? And you know, that really rich, fertile, volcanic soil that allows us to finally get this. And this is all about why Bundy rum's here today. This is our own little sweets factory, if you like. And there's quite a bit of molasses here, Matt.
How much molasses are you talking here?
About 5 million litres.
Oh, that's a steady amount, yeah.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'2", so
6'2".
a couple of metres.
So a couple of metres. Well, there's about 5 metres of depth there at the moment of molasses. Comes up to about 6 at the peak of the crush. And that peak of that crush will start in June. And that's when you'll see the sugarcane starting to come off the fields. The sugarcane trucks will start to roll, and the crush will start over in the mill, and away we go for another season.
You know, Bundy rum is an iconic brand to Australia. Yeah. But I think further to that, you're here to really service the community. So what is the role? I mean, this molasses, grillions of tonnes of it comes from sugar.
Yeah.
So how does that then get back into the community?
We employ a lot of people directly and indirectly, and of course Bundaberg as an iconic brand continues to farm out across Australia. You know, mate, they had a pretty tough time this year with the rain. There's a lot of cane that didn't get off the paddocks. And, you know, the sugarcane farmers there's a bit of struggle going on, and we really hope they get a good crush this season.
Seems to me like the sugar industry is one industry which has actually stuck together a lot.
Yeah.
You know, they've produced their sugar, then they've had a market, and they've stuck together as farmers.
You know, people did it tough. We're starting to come back, but getting people back up here, getting them visiting the region, talking to the local shopkeepers, spending a bit of coin, enjoying the beautiful region. If you guys can help out with that, we'd really appreciate it.
Mate, it'd be absolutely my pleasure. But first, I want to know one thing. Looks like there might be a mud crab or two in there. Is that a possibility?
Well, I hope not, but let's have a look.
Driving from Bundaberg to Gladstone took a couple of hours. For me, it was 2 hours too long because I was heading there to do one of my favourite things, mud crabbing.
Matthew Hayden, Johnny Mitchell.
Yeah, Haydos will do.
Haydos.
You got a nickname?
Johnny Mitch. Johnny's
Gold.
good.
All right.
Jump on, mate, let's go.
Beautiful.
Perfect blue skies and crystal clear air.
This is pretty much us though, isn't it, now for the dry season?
Yeah, the sou'westers take over, the high pressure systems come up a little bit higher, and yeah, we get awesome weather, eh?
Johnny is a local fishing guide, but apart from taking people out to catch trophy barramundi, he also teaches visitors about the art of trapping mud crabs.
What are we doing?
We've got a crab pot up here, about 60 yards up, 60, 70 yards. just tucked away inside the mangroves. It's one of those little quiet places where not many people put a crab pot, and there should be a couple of crabs there.
No doubt about you fishermen, eh? Mum's always the word. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky.
Well, you got it. There's always a few secrets you can keep up your sleeve, like especially for days like today. You want to come up here and taste a mud crab, and we've got a short time to do it. There's a small little area here that I reckon should produce the goods.
Man, I'm telling you what, this is just about bucket list for me.
Yeah?
Muddies.
Like it?
If we get muddies today, I'm going to be stoked.
Right here is our pot. The rope sort of tucked up under the leaves there. Ooh, I can see one already, brother.
Oh, nice. Couple of nice big ones.
Nice.
Good boy. Good size. Look at them. Bucket list. Fresh Queensland muddies. Seriously, I don't know what you Southerners are doing, but these bad boys are going to be absolutely magnificent.
It took us about 5 minutes to scoot across the harbour to a tiny island where Johnny had already lit the fire for us to cook the crabs on. I might have only just met him, but this bloke really knew me well, because there's nothing I like more than fresh muddies cooked on hot coals. And what a place to do it. Add in a cold drink and a picturesque sunset, and you've pretty much got the perfect way to spend an afternoon.
I'm that hungry. Let's get straight into this, eh?
Nice work.
So what's the method here, mate?
We're just going to cook them quite simply. Just cook them in their shells on the coals.
Yeah. Strong, eh? Yo. Decent crab. Now, we have a hell of a life up here, hey?
It's pretty hard to beat. You'd be sitting at home there thinking about it, watching TV, but all this is on tap, at your fingertip, just outside the front door. Only 5 minutes away.
I guess the thing what you blokes take for granted, though, is that you have unbelievable skill sets. You know, just to firstly know that there's crab there, and then, you know, all the things that need to go into the process of getting to this stage.
Yeah, that's probably true. A lot of that information does get shared with the public, so it does make it easier for everyone to come and have a crack themselves. So it's not as if it all is top secret. It's not all top secret. There's a lot shared with people, and this is about motivation sometimes, eh? Getting up and getting moving.
But, mate, honestly, like, anywhere in the world, if you were to say, this is the experience that we're going to have, what would they pay? Like, if you were to go down to Manchester, for example, and say, mate, we're going to end up in this beautiful place, going to get onto a little island, not anyone around except a couple of those oyster crackers, and eat mud crabs like this at market value in this place, what's that worth?
You can't put a price on it, eh? You just can't.
No. Oh, that's perfect. Johnny, have a look at that sky, mate.
Only in Queensland, brother.
Nothing beats Queensland.
You know how earlier I mentioned the picturesque sunset? Well, it looks like Mother Nature heard me, because how's that for a perfect afternoon sky? Now I just need a sunny day tomorrow.